Hello, today I'm going to show you step by step how to create this heart image out of two already made designs. So we're going to combine both of them and create a brand new unique design. So let me go ahead and minimize this. I'm going to just drag it in holding the control key down so that it stays proportionate and scoot it over to the side, and we will go ahead and we will get started. And I am using the software Inkscape today. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to pull in the heart image that I'm going to use. Now, sometimes you can do this with an SVG, but sometimes Inkscape is funky and it won't let you. So today I'm going to show you how to do it with a PNG image, and that way no matter what, you'll always be able to use this technique. So you can pick any heart that you want, and I'm going to pick this one right here, and I'm just going to click, drag, and drop. And I'm going to import it from my file, and I'm going to click OK. And that gives me my heart right here. And then I'm going to hold down the control key and make this larger just so that I have an easier space to be able to see what's happening. Now, as it is, it's a very flat image. It doesn't have layers to it. So in order to do this technique, I'm going to need to change that up a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Path, Trace Bitmap. And this is where I'm just kind of converting the file so that it's something that I can work with. And I'm going to keep everything exactly the way that it is. You can do your live preview right here, and I'm going to click on OK. And when I do that, I will now have this image that's on top is the one that I can work with, and this image on the bottom is the PNG flat image that I can go ahead and delete. Now, before I pull in the mandala, what I need to do is there's a couple things I need to do to kind of prepare this heart, so to speak. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to make a copy of it. And I'm going to keep this copy exactly the way that it is. I'm going to change the color down here to a lighter gray color. And then I'm going to have some things I'm going to do to this heart. I'm going to actually create an outline. So I'm going to go over here to my fill and stroke. If you don't have that menu up on that side, you can go right here to Object, Fill and Stroke, and it will pull this menu up. For my fill, I don't want to have a fill on there. I'm going to have a stroke outline, and then I'm going to make my stroke thicker. Okay, because notice I have just kind of a thicker stroke. I think it looks good with the mandala, and you can make this as thick or as thin as you want it. Okay, now from here, if I go to View Display Mode Outline, notice I still have that one cut, which I don't want. I want this to cut when I save it in my cutting machine. I want it to cut it as an outline. So what I need to do is with that heart highlighted, I need to go to Path, Stroke to Path. And now when I go to View Display Mode, I now have that outline rather than just that one line that goes around my heart. Okay, so now my hearts are ready. I'm going to go ahead and line these two up. I'm just going to go to my Align and Distribute. Again, if you don't have that one up, you can go to Object, Align and Distribute, and that menu will pop right up. And I'm going to horizontally align, and I'm going to vertically align. And now my heart is ready. I'm going to hold down the Control key, make it a little bit smaller, and pull it over here to the side. Now it's time for me to pull in my mandala image. So I'm going to go back to my downloads, and I'm going to find the mandala image that I want. It's 35, and I'm going to use the PNG file, okay? Because again, with the SVG, sometimes Inkscape is weird and it won't let you have all the same options. So we're just going to go ahead and import it in from the file and convert it, and that way we have all the options and all the ability to do what we want. So we're just going to go to Path, Trace Bitmap, exactly how we did before with the heart. Keep all of our settings the same. We only need 2 scans. Remove the background. Click on OK. And then our image on the front, we can scoot over. The original PNG, which is the one behind it, we can delete. And now we're really ready to make the magic happen. So I'm going to select this heart. I'm going to pull this down here. And here is where you can decide if you want your mandala like over to the side, if you want it bigger, you want it smaller, just kind of however you want the focus of your design. That's where the kind of the designer fun comes in. And then I'm going to make sure that my mandala is selected, and then that gray heart is selected. I don't want to select that black outline at all. So I just have my 2 items selected of the gray heart and the black mandala, and I'm going to go up here to Path and I'm going to go to intersection, because what I want to do is I want to keep all the parts where those two parts are overlapping. And I can change this color down here to black, and that way it kind of blends in. But I have one more step, because if you notice, these are two separate elements still. I have the outline of my heart and I have the inside of my heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of those items. I'm going to go to Path Union, and now it's all one full element. I can go to View, Display Mode, Outline to check it, and I can see I have all of those elements there ready and for me to save as a plain SVG and then open up here in my cutting software. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. And that is how to take two separate designs to create your own unique element that you can use with your cutting machine. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.